Just absolutely massive.
There's the wingspan on this girl, and the size of the elevator. It was really just amazing.
Incredible.
And I think they could go bigger, but it's just not efficient to go bigger.
No, it's what it does what it needs to do. It's exactly where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Yep.
One of the things I really liked as a kid was the fact that that the setup of the landing gear, not only does it have the landing gear on the wing, but it also just a very particular look with having the four.
Look at that bomb bay.
Front and back.
Yeah. And then they rotate in. The side you're on right there, it goes backwards, and the other side goes forwards, and they sort of just rotate in. And that also allows it to do the crab walk, where the B-52 can take off in a crosswind because it can rotate the tires, I think, between 30 degrees either direction, so that it'll be headed straight down the runway while the plane is at an angle, which is
great.
That's
absurd.
That's an incredible innovation.
Yeah, like the amount of thought that had to go into something like that is just crazy. Like, what if we need takeoff in winds? It's too big for that. It's like, just rotate the wheels. What?
Here we have something as large as an aircraft, but not actually an aircraft that actually goes along with the B-52 here.
Ain't nothing but a
Hound dog missile.
Hound dog. Flying all the time. Yep. The hound dog. I love the hound. Look at it. It's all engine. Just give him a good view of that. Look at that. I love how you got the tiny W-28. You got this tiny little missile that's just been strapped to a fucking massive engine. It's great. I love it.
The B-52 could carry two of these, one under each hard point.
On the wing.
Yeah.
Points.
In case you need to slap two areas with a nuclear warhead.
Listen, you never know how much freedom you're going to have to deliver, all right? And
some need it right now.
Some people need convincing, some people need extra convincing, you know? It's just how it is.
Yeah. I wonder how many things we put the W-28 warhead on, because
the W-28 was kind of the Lego building block of nuclear warheads. Yeah, you could stick it on just about anything. There were, I think, 3 or 4 different types of bombs. I think there were torpedoes that could use it. There were missiles, and yeah, it was a workhorse of the American nuclear
armament force.
Exactly.
So we would have liked to be able to go in, but unfortunately we are unable to do that. So I'm just gonna take a quick bit to look at these plaques and memorials here. Of course, for the people at home watching this, they can, of course, pause and take a look at this to read. Hope I'm getting all of it. The sun makes it so I can't really read the screen.
Yeah, it's looking all right. Florence Nightingale. There you go.
These are the nurses of distinction here.
Mm-hmm.
And nurses pledge.
Okay.
Thank you to the donators who allowed this nice memorial.
All right.
over here we got a memorial for the Purple Heart.
There you
And
go.
one of the things about these museums is what they're for is not to glorify the vehicles and the violence and everything. You know, as corny as it is, it's to show you what we were capable of doing in times of necessity when, you know, we should never have to fight our fellow man this way.
Absolutely.
But and especially you know, hype up the inside of the museum. If we're not able to come back here when it's open, it really just shows off the absolute power of explosives and, you know, the shells and bullets and just how deadly they can be. That's why the Nurses Memorial is there.
Kind of annoying the way they cover this up, but I hope that's legible.
Yep.
With the phone that I have right now.
Yeah, that looks fine. It looks it's all readable.
Here's the entrance to the museum, of course, closed because of the current rating of the HP Con.
Great seal.
The American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics.
Yep.
A beautiful seal. I'll walk back here in the middle of the parking lot to get a nice look at it. Beautiful seal.
I always love the Air Force seal. It is the best seal at the armed forces, if you ask me.
And then to end up on a wholesome note, in remembrance of all handlers and their faithful canine partners and in service and each of the U.S. Armed Forces.
That's something I've noticed has started to happen more and more in the last few years is recognition of military working dogs.
Yeah.
Which is really nice to see because you know they those animals, you know, they risk the same amount and give the same amount as the soldiers do, and they are every bit as worthy of recognition as the people, if you ask me.
Yeah, they lay down everything for both the handlers they love and the country they serve. And if you ever do come here in person, you can check out all of the bricks here. And I'm sure if anyone watching comes down here, hopefully at a more opportune time, you can check out whatever they're building for here and the inside of the incredible rest of the museum to get a look at all of this. I mean, I guess the silver lining of this would be we can't go inside, but we've given you all a nice taste to maybe make some people come down here and check out the rest of the museum
really,
that they
some
couldn't
of the
see.
Best stuff is inside. Some of the best stuff is inside. The displays that they have are fantastic, and they have an entire Galway system displayed out, and so that I imagine most people. I mean, that's a really big draw. So, of course, if anybody's ever down here in this area, it's right off the interstate, not too far off the beaten path.
Yep.
A really good, enriching experience.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's a nice amount of displays. I'm quite happy with what I got to see, even coming down here without being able to go inside. It's a very nice museum. Yep. Very, very nice.
And you guys in the chat know I love my museums, and this is definitely one of the best of the best out there.
Or if gonna go see if there's a plaque over here. I didn't check out on our first way through, and then outside of that, we're pretty much done.
That'll be.
Oh my God! Look at the truck. Oh, it's so tiny. Oh my God! Look at it.
A real nice display they got here.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if there's
Overall.
anything else you'd like to get a double look at.
What about is in the chat? Is there anyone who has any? Is there anything you wanted to check out a little bit more? Anything you missed out on? Obviously, don't make John walk all over the place again if he.
Getting my cardio for today.
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
Sonic, so we gotta get our cardio.
Burn off some calories. Beautiful aircraft. That pretty much
Absolutely.
sums up
America.
Yeah.
I think people want a little bit of a closer look at the Moab for a minute.
Okay. All
Why
right,
not,
sounds good to
right?
me. Yeah. Yeah, it's an impressive armament.
Absolutely. Does it have the poles in it for the fuses or
I think so. They're covered with little Christmas lights right now.
All right.
This is another thing. When I was growing up here, I lived here for several years before I moved to Pensacola, and it's because my dad worked at Eglin, and he was on Eglin when
Look at a front view.
he was on Eglin when they were testing the Moab, and I remember being at home. I remember being at home and feeling the vibration, and then the sound later of them testing the Moab. It's one of the really good memories I have.
Oh, that's awesome.
Absolutely terrified my mom, but I thought it was great.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to be my dad and be on there while it happened.
Yeah.
I mean,
it is massive. That is for certain.
I mean, that's the whole name of it, right? The massive ordnance airburst.
It probably wasn't too hard to come up with a name for it.
Yep. Not very creative, if we're being honest. But hey, what the hell, right?
Yeah, rolling it out of a C-130.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
For those who missed it,
someone.
Oh, I was going to say they
how
actually
much
painted
TNT
this. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll get the TNT.
Yeah, I believe it's the equivalent of like 11 tons of TNT from 8 tons of.
Yeah, it's about 8 or 9 tons of H6, and it's 1.35 times more powerful than TNT. So a lot. Yeah, huge.
Jesus.
Incredible. They first started testing in 2003 and didn't get to whip one out until 2017. Bet you're excited to
finally get to use it.
Pull that out of the
Absolutely.
armament. Yeah, the paint on this thing looks very incredible. You could have told me that this was painted earlier this year or maybe last year. It was actually painted back in 2016. So I hope all of these aircraft get some of this very high quality paint.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's when you got aircraft outdoors, paint is kind of the big factor in how well preserved it stays.
Yeah. I don't know what they did with the paint on here, but I mean this is it's very glossy. They might have taken a book out of the Naval Aviation Museum's restoration process and added some gloss and got it really thick.
There any more any other things people would like to take a quick pick at that I maybe didn't show off as well, or anything anyone missed or wanted a second look at?
Yeah, we'll give that a second because he is on a delay, but oh,
all right,
there you are, Tech.
Welcome back. Oh, well, thank you.
All right. Well, this is a
Gotta say,
this
I
is a
do love
good
going to
stream.
museums. Yeah.
I definitely need to make it down there. I've got plans to do a whole tour of the South, and this is one of the main attractions of it.
Yeah.
The nice thing about the South, like, I
So,
mean, everywhere in the U.S., there's all sorts of museums. There's not just, stuff for World War II, or just war in general. There's, it's good to see every museum you can possibly see where your heritage comes from, and all of the things that got us to where we are today as the U.S. The centuries of, I mean, just the U.S. is a very, very rich in history.
Mega
For
Dino is asking how the
being,
Moab works. Basically, you drop this thing out of the back of a C-30, right? A C-130. Those fins guide it with by satellite, usually GPS, to its location, and then you got these two poles on the front that those set it up to explode just above the ground, so you get an airburst effect. And the idea is mainly to clear out caves, basically. That's the general idea. Is you send a massive airburst down those caves, but
I
you
mean,
can use
it's
it for real
really
estate.
to clear out anything. I mean, because
Well,
what
yeah,
happens
absolutely.
is it breaks apart, and then it sends all of this energy down into like a cone sort of area,
Mm-hmm.
and
Almost
just
like a
cuts
heat
down
warhead.
everything. It is like a daisy cutter. It just tears everything.
The thing with the Moab SIGIN is it definitely looks smaller than you think it'd be, but it's a very high density explosive. Like if you look at it again, as it says on the sign, it says it's 1.35 times more powerful than TNT, which means it is a very efficient use of weight for that explosive. Uh,
But
basically,
it's
yeah.
also very long. It
That's
doesn't
also
have a
true.
very large diameter. A lot of technology went into making this. I mean, just a ton of science.
Yeah.
It
I would
is
like.
an incredible feat of engineering and development.
I'm hoping they get the MOP one day at the Air Force Armament Museum. The penetrating massive ordnance bomb, the massive ordnance penetrator.
Yeah.
They drop those out of B2s.
Yeah.
Those things are crazy too. But
Yeah.
yeah. I think no one else is really
Yeah. All right.
asking to see anything. So
Well, I hope everyone enjoyed a quick look at the outside of the Air Force Armament Museum. We're maybe going to try and look at some other museums, depending upon their availability. Maybe.
One we'll definitely be going to is the USS Alabama and USS Jerome Museum. We will at least be able to walk around the outside and see the displays they have out there.
Yeah.
So it'll be nice. Another teaser.
Yeah. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. And Tech, I'm not sure how you want to end this off.
Well, I just want to end this off by thanking you guys. Like, it's obviously an amazing thing that you two are doing, and the information you're bringing. It's always lovely to hear. Not just, obviously the enthusiasm, but the knowledge that is going behind this. So, just want to say thank you to you two. And then also, this museum is completely free admission. So if you are in the area or if you are visiting the area, make sure to check it out. I'm sure, of course, they'll have a website as well. I'll make sure to find it for you guys so I can send it over. And I'm sure they would definitely like your support, just like a lot of places like this would do at this time right now.
here, I'll spam their website in the chat and I'll link it to you. But yeah, no, this was great.
This was a lot of fun to do. Well,
Thanks a lot,
Nope.
John.
Yeah. And what's your mate called again? Just to make sure.
what would you like to be known as?
I don't know. I used to just go by Satan in the server. But,
Oh, Jesus.
Wait, you're Satan? You? Oh my.
Yep.
Oh my. Lovely to meet you, brother. Oh, dude. That's a flashback.
Well, I mean, you could call me Super. That's one of my older names. John keeps calling me that. He even calls me that here in person. Called me Super in front of my grandmother. So that was.
Yeah. It's
Better than
hard
calling
doing
you
Scope. I've
Satan in
been
front of your
calling him that
grandmother.
All right, well, thank you to John and Super for this wonderful, wonderful tour. Thank you guys a lot.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. I hope you all enjoy.
Yep.
God damn it, dude.
Thank goodness for your battery.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because this definitely, my phone would not have lasted.
Oh, yeah.
Alright,
That's
there we
almost
go.
that's almost a requirement for the longer form museum tours. Because
The battery pack? Yeah, definitely.
yeah. No, that
I'm
was a
looking
great tour.
looking forward to the next one too.
Yeah.
I can't believe that's Satan.
Yeah, no, that's him in the flesh.